In the gleaming city of Nova Vale, a place where the sky shimmered in colors unseen by most worlds and where buildings stretched so high they seemed to touch the stars, there lived a boy known as Invincible. Invincible wasn't his real name. It was a name the people gave him. He was fearless, bold, and unshakable. No matter what challenge faced him, a failed test, a lost game, a harsh word, Invincible simply shrugged and said, "I don't care." To the other kids, it seemed like a kind of magic. They envied his ability to brush off sadness like dust off his jacket. But inside, Invincible was starting to feel empty. One evening, as the twin suns set over Nova Vale and the city lights began to pulse like a living heartbeat, Invincible wandered into a quiet part of town he had never seen before. The air was still, the streets were silent, and in the middle of it all stood a man dressed entirely in gleaming, flowing white. His robe shifted like mist, and his eyes shone with a light deeper than the stars. The man introduced himself simply, Obus. Obus smiled and said, "I've been waiting for you, Invincible." Curious and a little cautious, Invincible crossed his arms and said his favorite words, "I don't care," but Obus only chuckled. "I know you say that, but do you truly not care?" Before Invincible could answer, Obus waved his hand, and suddenly the street around them melted away. They now stood in a strange garden, filled with brilliant flowers. Each flower pulsed with the laughter, dreams, and hopes of people Invincible had met. Obus pointed to one shimmering blossom and said, "This is your friend Maya. Remember when she was crying last week, and you told her, 'I don't care'? Watch." The flower with Maya's laughter drooped, wilted, and then withered away into dust. Invincible's heart twisted in a way he didn't expect. "I didn't mean to hurt her," he muttered. Obus nodded. "Words are seeds. 'I don't care' can poison a garden faster than any storm." Next, Obus took him to a mirror. But this wasn't just any mirror, it showed not Invincible's reflection, but his heart. At first it gleamed with a tough, armor-like surface, but when Invincible looked closer, he saw cracks running through it. Deep ones, places where feelings he had pushed down were leaking out as quiet sadness and loneliness. "You see," Obus said gently, "caring doesn't make you weak. Caring makes you real. It makes you strong enough to connect with others, strong enough to heal, strong enough to change the world." Over the next few days, Obus led Invincible and a small group of kids who had also fallen into the trap of "I don't care" through a series of magical lessons. They crossed a bridge made of other people's hopes and learned that walking carefully, caring about each step was the only way across. They painted walls with words of kindness and watched colors spread further than they could imagine.